Intuitive Fridge Raid Lunch, episode 14. I tend to cook a version of mapo tofu a couple of times a month for lunch, but I like to keep it interesting. I always have the key base ingredients on hand. This means I can raid the fridge for any other ingredients I have laying around, then work them into the mapo tofu format. It all starts with really good tofu. I tend to spend a little more on the quality stuff, and medium firmness works well for me. I sometimes chop it up and fold it through the mapo tofu towards the end, but this time I wanted to steam it whole. So I scored the surface and popped it into a steamer basket lined with baking paper. I put it over a pan of simmering water and left it to gently steam while I cracked on with a mapo element. I usually use minced beef or pork in my mapo tofu, but didn't have any this time. I did have some king oyster mushrooms in the fridge though. They have a really firm texture, so I chopped them up small in the hope that I could get a similar result to a meat-based version. I got them frying in plenty of oil, then chopped up some ginger, garlic and spring onions I had lying around. I added them to the now golden mushrooms and gave everything a toss. I fried everything for a further couple of minutes, then added a dollop of Szechuan chili bean paste. I love this stuff. It's essential for mapo tofu, but I also use it in broths, stir fries and compound butters. I then added a good glug of soy sauce, some Szechuan pepper oil, plenty of black vinegar, and a generous amount of my homemade crispy shallot chili oil. Black vinegar can be tricky to find. I've replaced it with balsamic in the past. I added a splash of water and allowed the mix to simmer for another couple of minutes. Once the tofu was ready and the liquid coated the mushrooms in a nice kind of glossy loose glaze, I spooned it over. I scattered over some reserved spring onion greens, admired the wobble, and served with steamed rice.